we're talking with Niall Horan here. Nice
Yes.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, son. I know. It's good to be back.
Cool. Caitlin, Jamar.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Not just the name of the single.
Yes, I know. I've been hearing this everywhere I go.
I know. But no. In all honesty, Caitlin and I were talking, and we love the single.
Yeah.
We love the music. I want to tell you, who's your bass player, man? He was getting it in on that with the boom, 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 boom.
I know. It's actually on this one. It was the guy who produced it, Julian Bonetta.
Julian played the bass on that?
Yeah, he plays his first instruments they ever learned were bass and drums. So he played all of that. I played the guitar riff, and then within 10 minutes we had a full lower end track because he's an unbelievable drummer and unbelievable bass player.
Bass.
In a song like that, you need to have a moving bass line to get technical here. To keep it moving. So he was playing some slappy stuff.
Very nice. It's a funky brother
Yep.
right there. Yeah.
You might have already heard this 100 times. The first time I heard it, I was like, this is very Arctic Monkeys to me.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it sounded just like that to me. Is that going to be kind of the sound of the new album? Are you thinking a lot more rock than Flicker?
Yeah, it's definitely rockier than Flicker. It's not all as crazy as Nice to Meet You. I think Nice to Meet You is a bit, but that's a good thing. I haven't released a song in a couple of years, so I thought I'd come back with a bit of a bang.
Sure.
I think I've done it. But the Arctic Monkey thing is, I've heard it a bit, and I'll take it because I grew up on them.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands around that time in the UK that were huge, like the Kooks and the Arctic Monkeys and Kasabian and things like that. And kind of 70s, 80s, 90s is where I would take a lot of my influence from, and I assume that's where they got their influence from too.
It's so unfair to pop stars, and excuse me for using that term, but I think they try
It's
to.
not a dirty word.
I know. I love pop. I'm a defender of pop music.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because I think pop music is the music that hits the masses. You know what I'm saying? But it's unfair to pop stars because they try to make it seem like you don't make real music. And legitimately, on this song, I've heard the live performances, the covers, and the song itself. You're a sick singer.
Thank you.
And you're definitely an awesome instrumentalist. So, I think with this project, you get to showcase that a little more. You know, your vocal range and also your talent musically.
Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to do as a solo artist in general. I think when you're in a boy band per se, I don't think you get enough credit for your actual musical talent.
Yeah.
And then that's what I was trying to get across. Hence the fact why my first album was kind of singer-songwritery, and got to show off that side of me. And this time, I'm an okay guitar player, and I can my favorite types of music are rock, so I tried to rock it up a little bit, and you'll hear that across the course of the album. But it's just a good opportunity for me to showcase the 26 years of learning guitar and singing and stuff
I
like
actually
that.
felt some U2 vibes in there. I don't
Good.
know.
I'll
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
I haven't heard that,
too?
and I'll take that.
You haven't heard that?
No.
I felt a little Bono vibe in there.
Good. I'll take all of this. This is great.
So when you come out with new music, when you're getting ready to, do you run it by the guys, the boys, and and get their opinions, or who are kind of your people that you say, hey, check this out?
I tend to do a lot of the time people that don't work in music but listen to music. Like I know, like my friends back home, when they're driving to work, when they're going to work, or they're on a train, or they're on the tube or whatever, they can stick their headphones in and listen to what's on, the charts or the radio or whatever. And I tend to get a lot of opinions from that because they're the people at the end of the day who's going to listen to it. You know? To be fair, I know that we're in Canada, so it helps. But I do, myself and Shawn Mendes, we do pass songs between us a lot.
We noticed
on you, on your IG.
We were creeping your IG like an almost ex-girlfriend, and we saw that you and Shawn Mendes definitely have a rapport, like definitely a friendship. Yeah.
No, I've known Shawn since he basically first started, and we just became good friends. There's like an Irish, Canadian, Australian thing that happens where we all tend to kind of get along. We're similar types of people.
The Australian?
Yeah.
No, but like just in general, we look at as nations, we're similar types of people. We're kind of quite chilled out, kind of very happy, smiley.
This was my question to him because I'm new here from America, as we've met in Chicago.
Indeed.
But what are your impressions of Canadians? Like, what is when you think in Ireland? When people hear Canada, what do they think about? What's the first thing they think about in Canadians? We know in America they think of like big fights and like reality shows, but like, what do you think about Canadians?
Well, I mean, the first thing that comes to, all the stereotypes. It's kind of like Ireland in that sense.
Okay.
Like the Australians put shrimp on the Barbie, and like Irish people drink Guinness.
Right.
Like Canadians play hockey and eat poutine and stuff like that, and go to Tim Hortons and stuff like
Nailed
that.
it.
I mean,
Sadly accurate.
they're all pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I just love it here. I love, like, even my friends in LA they all seem to be Canadian of some shit. I just like, I don't know, they're just like a natural thing.
It's a soft landing to North America. I think Canada is like the easy transition into North American life.
That's great. I love it.
The single and the video seem to be about, let's say, maybe a 24-hour romantic connection.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Is it based on a real person? Like lyrically, when you're writing it, is it based on a real thing, or?
Yeah, kind of like. I mean, it's a song, so you try and elaborate it, you know, and obviously then the video elaborate even more to make it look a little bit sexier.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of I guess so. Like it's not overthought, but it's definitely based on like a true story. Not so much a 24-hour one.
Okay.
It lasted a bit longer than that. But again, it's based on a true story, like any good film.
Yeah.
Do you let the muse know that, hey, there's a song coming out, just stand by? This is loosely based on what happened.
Nah, I mean, if the lyrics were completely accurate,
right,
you know, lyric by lyric, then I probably would have to say something just out of. You know, but if it's kind of just a bit of fun and a bit cheeky, then
you're not calling out names like Drake, so you can't.
Right? Oh my goodness!
No.
There's no Kiki like in your DMs. Going, what the hell? No. Do you ever get a DM from someone going, "Was that about me?"
Never. Thank God.
Okay,
No,
that's cool. Well, listen, no album title yet. Are you throwing around some titles in your head, or do you have something?
Yeah, we haven't even booked a tour yet. I've already know what that's called. I know what the album's called.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be coming probably with an album. I'm going to try and get some more music out before Christmas, and then maybe another one in the new year. An album maybe in February, March time, if I can. And I mean, I'm just excited to be back and having conversations about releasing music because. As you know, it's been a while since I released something, so it's good to be back. Yeah,
too, man.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing the album title is one of the Easter eggs in the video. Maybe is it somewhere in there? Maybe.
Don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Couldn't tell you.
All right. Well, you don't have to. We'll search it out. But nice to meet you. We agree.
Yeah.
Smash. We love it. We enjoy it.
Thank
you. We're very proud of the work so far, and we're looking forward to more.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Niall Horan in the house with CHUM.